because of the beach. And so people were able to pull right up using their ships and their canoes. There's no large rocks, there's no coral reef. They were able to come right up onto the beach and start living down here. They used their canoes. The river was at one point much, much larger and took up a large part of the valley. They would come up the river and live alongside. And it wasn't always the easiest place to live because it is water table, meaning that most of the land is technically floating on water. So it only grows certain types of crops, ones that need an abundance of water, like rice, taro, and sugarcane was grown down here as well. Though both sugarcane and rice faded out in the 50s. It wasn't working between the weather not being perfect, the harvest molding, and tsunamis. It's a place where flash floods happen very, very easily. There are many waterfalls that run along the top of the cliff that come into the valley. And if you see brown water, it's gonna flood. So the big last straw for many people living down here was in 1946 when the tsunami came in with 55-foot waves a mile into the valley. And that was the same tsunami that hit Hilo, where hundreds of people died. Here, nobody was injured. It was really incredible. That there were no tsunami sirens, there was no warning, other than the people down here were paying attention and they saw the river recede a foot and knew that something was coming. And so everyone either took off into the back of the valley and hid out back there, it's about 6 miles deep, or they made it up the hill in time. But because everyone lived and they went through the experience, a lot of people wrote about it in the historical documentations, which is really cool to read, these personal encounters. I read one of a man he was kind of like halfway in between where the tsunami was going to come, and he could have chosen to go into the valley and taken